how are you recording these songs? Are you doing it on a laptop? How are you doing it?
Yeah, this was all done on my desktop. Um, Basic condenser mic, plugging with some guitar preamps, bass preamps. I'm looking at my studio right now. Yeah, that was basically it. I have a drum set here usually behind me that I moved, but yeah, I'll start tracking drums and bass, get a nice little rhythm going. I'll write on the guitar or the piano. I'll start writing things down, writing songs, chords down, and then right away, like that's the nice thing. I could just start putting it on, just recording and kind of just tweaking it till I think it's the best that I could possibly make it.
Yeah, and I also want to talk about just our day back in the day, like, early 2000s. I mean, I remember being in a band and, the big thing is you had to have a demo, right? Like you had to have a demo, give people an idea what you're doing, but that demo could cost you thousands, hundreds of dollars. And then you'd have to go to the right place. I know there was a place called, I think like Love Juice in like Riverside. I don't know if you remember those guys, but I remember it had like, friends that would go there and it was just like, the guy just, I guess, threw a mic and go fuck yourself. Like, all right, pay me and jam out, and that it was like kind of 50-50. Sometimes depending on what type of music you played, it might sound okay, but it just didn't hit. Now technology has completely changed. You could take your time, you could re-edit these songs over and over and over. How long does it take to put together a song the way that you're doing it? Do you take your time? Is it just like bam bam bam, I'm doing like in a day? Like how long does it roughly take you to put the song together?
I do like to work fast. So the initial songwriting and recording is probably like within 2 hours, and then I will start tweaking it for like a week and so on until I'm gonna release it. I'll always go back and be like, you know what, I think I could fix this here and there. Oh, I could have sang that better. And so I like to have a blueprint, right away, and then kind of just tweak it from there, and then just make it perfect, or as perfect as I could humanly possibly get it till I can release it. So yeah, I'm pretty fast at working.
And I kind of dabbled with some of those programs that are available out there. I mean, even like GarageBand, some of the simpler programs, Fruity Loops, all those programs. You can just dive like as deep as you want to in instruments. Is that something that you maybe want to do one day? Just add like a bunch of instruments, horns, all that stuff, or is that just kind of like I kind of want to stay away from that? I want the raw sound.
Definitely, there's nothing like something being played by a real person with a real instrument. That's my preference. It will always be my preference. Yeah, there's a lot you can do. I mean, those are such good tools for demoing things and getting your ideas out to whoever you're showing the song or the project to, whatever. It's a great thing to have to show, what's in your head, but that you can actually have audible to somebody, and then they'll be like, okay, and then they'll start playing it. I've gone so far as to like, I've shown horn players on my songs. Like I literally sang the horn parts in the recording and sent them over. And as I want to get it as horn as possible, for lack of a better word, but yeah, just like perfectly do the pitch perfect, zero vibration to just make it sound like a horn. Like this is my idea. So like I do dabble with using like the depth in the tools that you have, but I will, yeah, like I said, the real, I mean, I'm trying to get a tape machine, I'm trying to get a mixer and just a real piano if I can fit it wherever. I don't know, I might have to move to an actual location to start doing work, but yeah, I'll always love the real sound of the real thing.
Yeah, there's nothing like the real thing for sure. But that's cool that you can utilize those tools and relay it over to the people that can help you perform it. How many instruments do you currently know and play right now?
I can play guitar, bass, drums. I wish I was better at piano, but I dabble with piano, and something like the recorder or something that's easy I could figure out. I'll that'll be like the second tier of things that I could, if I could just kind of pick it up. If it's too hard, like trumpet, I don't know, I start getting a headache, and yeah, I'll leave that to someone more proficient. But that's about it. You know, the usual suspects. You know, and then I like singing a lot. So
Yeah, and I think you're a really good singer, man. Like you have like this really high, like octave voice. It's like so cool, like to hear. And I've seen some of the recordings that you've done, like on Instagram and everything, and it's just like, wow, like this guy really belts it out. It's really cool to see that. Can you talk about a little bit like performing? Like it sounds like you've been performing for a long time, all through the years, but what's that excitement of performing? What rush do you get, or what do you feel when you're performing?
what do I feel? Anxiety, depression. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, yeah, you do get anxious before you hit the stage. You know, you're like, you just want to get there. It's not a bad anxious at all, by any means, but it's like, come on, let's go. Are we ready? Are we going? You know, it's like you kind of have to keep yourself occupied before you actually hit the stage and do stuff, which is nice about a band because you can always riff off each other. But once you hit it, I mean, up to the moment, even walking on, it's like, it's a little scary. But once the song starts and people are into it, all right, you're like, okay, let's get it. And it starts like, it's like a ping pong match now. Like we come on, you get so excited, you give us this excitement, we throw it right back at you. You give us more, you're gonna get more. You give us more, we're gonna jump on top of you, you know, whatever. It's gonna get crazier and crazier until it's over. And it's just, it's thrilling. It's making people happy. It's like they've waited however long, whenever they hear of a show and buy tickets to the show and they go to the show and the night's finally here. You know, they've been waiting for that. And like when they finally get it, you know, it's like it's like huge relief and like excitement. It's so many emotions in one, and that's what I like giving people. I think bottom line is you get to bring out the best in someone, like when in anyone you meet, you know, that's liking what you're doing, that's like what you're creating, that's like what you're drawing, what you're painting, what you're whatever. You literally made the person like the best they could ever be, like in the best mood they could ever be in. And that's what I want to keep doing. And that's my big thing.
You reminded me of a time I went to this show, and this could be a little bit long-winded, but I just had to get this out. Like, you just brought something up. So I went to this show as a kid. I was probably like 17, 18 years old. One of my friends' dads was like into punk. He was like a big punk guy. And I don't know if you know this band called Agent Orange.
Yeah.
So he goes, man, you gotta check out this band, Agent Orange, man. They're like playing at this bar. You guys are a bunch of pussies, man. You guys listen to like some Korn crap, man. That's just crap, you know? Like, these guys are for real. These guys are OGs. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll roll. So he takes us out. We get there. We get to the bar. And the moment I walk in, the singer is like a Mexican dude. And he's like, you know what, man? We're all born equal. You know, we're born. We are raised. We are what we are. You know. And I'm like sitting there like, what's this guy talking about? Like, you know, I'm just getting my waters and my sodas and crap. Anyways, two Nazis walked to the stage, and they were like, there was a stage, and they were like eye level with this guy. And he's like, dude, middle of the song, he stops. He goes, hey, man, I know you guys are gonna beat my ass. And they just did. Boom. Everyone just rushed to the stage, kicked the whole band's ass. The whole bar is like fighting, right? Agent Orange is like banging chicks in the back. Like, they're banging chicks on their tour bus, right? So the whole bar is destroyed. We're about to walk out. They're like, Agent Orange is still gonna play. I go, no fucking way these guys come out and play. They come out, they like walk in, right? We go back to our table. These dudes walk in, they got girls on their arms, bro, these guys. And they're like looking at the bar, it's totally destroyed. Everyone's pissed off. And they get on stage, plug in their stuff. Everyone's like kind of cleaning up the glass and all this from what happened, all the mayhem that happened. These fucking band just like bleeding, walking out of the bar. Dude, these guys hit the first note, fucking bam. Everyone just went crazy, bro. Like you said, that music just does something to somebody, that performance. It brings like, dude, that whole crowd, bleeding and everything. Everyone's like, yeah, like hell yeah. So I love that about music is that it could change your mood from like good to bad. You know, I mean, it could bring you down. It could bring you up. Um, when you release a song and you see people starting to like it and buying into what you're putting out there, what's that feeling like? You know, because you're putting your, it's like, you know, people don't really think about it. You know, when they bash you like online or something like, oh, that song sucks or that band sucks. It's like, man, they put like some, you know, blood, sweat, and tears into these songs. What does it feel like when you do release a song and you start seeing the likes, you start seeing people, listen to it? What's going through your mind, or what are you hoping? What are you feeling as that's being released?
The most amazing like amount of gratitude, because it could have gone very differently. You know, they could have been like, "Oh, this is shit. What are you doing?" You know, and that would just be a total like, oh, downer. You know, what am I doing this for then? You know, but there's always gonna be haters. But when somebody likes it, like that's who you're doing it for, and that's literally what I feel. Like when somebody tells me like the sweetest thing, there's a lot of people, you know, saying good things, and I don't tell them personally, but I do tell myself like, you're who I'm doing it for. That's why I'm doing it, you know, and I will continue to do it as long as you'll have me. Kumbaya, my love. Kumbaya. Kumbaya, my love. Kumbyala. You know what? Let's go over here for me. Good evening.